What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023, I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. But you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends, on this good Tuesday. Man, October 3rd. We are here already in October already. Man, oh man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, we have an action-packed show once again. But before I start the show, I always like to state my intentions. And my intention is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life's transition. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. And I got to give it up to you guys for making it here today. I'm going to give it up to you for making it to on this first Tuesday of the month. I got to celebrate you, and I got to give you your soul claps. I got to do that for you guys, because you guys made it. You made it here. You took the time to be here, and I'm going to give you your claps. I'm going to give you guys your flowers so you can smell them. All right? Excellent. Alrighty, so, man, let's get after it, guys. Let's get after it. A blockbuster trade in the NBA that sends Damian Lillard, Dame Dollar as he's called, to the Milwaukee Bucks. Man, this can change the shift of the NBA culture, especially on the East Coast. Man, this is a major deal. Major deal. You got to keep in mind about Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is a top 75 all-time player in the history of this league. Traded in his prime, traded from the Portland Trail Blazers to the Milwaukee Bucks. Man, this guy can play. This guy is underrated. I think Dame Dollar, Damian Lillard, he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to show up and show out. I know he is. I got a feeling he is. Man, so a blockbuster trade. He's part of a three-way deal, team trade that sent DeAndre Ayton to the Portland Trail Blazers. And I know Jrue Holiday was traded from the Portland Trail Blazers. And he was traded to the Boston Celtics for Robert Williams III and Malcolm Brogdon. Yeah, so these are major trades, man. Major trades. And Dame Dollar, I think he's that guy. And, this might put them over the top for the NBA hunt and challenge from it. So we're going to see. We're going to see about that. And speaking about people putting people over the top because they are good people, we got Felicia checking in from The Rock. What's going on, Felicia? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome. Yeah, so, guys, this is a blockbuster trade. Man, again, I know Damian Lillard is, he's enthused about it. I saw the great pictures, great video that's being circulated about his first day there in Milwaukee. He has his two kids in his arms. He's walking straight to the gym, to the arena. And, man, there's thousands of people out there. And here's Dame Dollar with both of his kids in arms, shaking hands with his teammates, with the fans, looking at his new jersey, taking in the whole moment with his kids. I think that was a great moment to see. If you haven't got a chance to see that, go on the platform, social media, and take a look at that. I think that is so great to see. Getting his family involved in the process, his two young boys in the process, just soaking in the moment. That was a great moment to see, And Jrue Holiday being traded to the Boston Celtics, man, what a pickup there, because they lost Marcus Smart on a trade to the Memphis Grizzlies. So they lost that, but they get a guy, an all-star they get back. Man, and not giving out too much. I know Robert Williams III, when he's available, he's very good, but he's very injury prone. And Malcolm Brogdon, he's a capable player too. Former rookie of the year, former sixth man of the year as well. They give up a lot. I know they give up a lot in the locker room too. This guy is who is a mover and shaker in the locker room as well. But you get a chance to get back a Drew Holiday, man, that's a big thing too. And again, we all know what Drew Holiday brings to the table, and he's a staple in that locker room. He's well respected. I think he recently received the Magic Johnson Award for for interviews and being the best teammate. He comes with a high pedigree, and he comes with a title as well. So, man, these are great trades, man. And we're not even talking about maybe the balance of power might shift to the east on this, but we're not even talking about the Denver Nuggets who won it back-to-back titles. I mean, they're looking to get back-to-back titles. So we're not even talking about them. We're not even talking about the Lakers. Teams have improved. But again, we're talking about this trade, this major trade here. And, and I thought he would go to the Miami Heat, Damian Lillard. But again, and then I see Jimmy Butler, who we're going to talk about. He was talking about tampering, what the Milwaukee Bucks was tampering, because I thought it was a foregone conclusion. He was supposed to go to the Miami Heat, but that didn't happen. So, man, I'm just anxious to see. I can't wait for the season to start. I know the season starts at the end of this year. I think around Halloween time. So we're going to see how this plays out. We're going to definitely see how this plays out and see if everything is going to be kosher on it and good on it. So, we're going to see. We're going to see if the balance of power has shifted, or is it going to be status quo? Is it a foregone conclusion that the Denver Nuggets going to repeat back-to-back? I saw Murray talk about how, yeah, man, why not? We should be the favorites to repeat again. We should be the favorites. As I've seen the Joker, though, I don't think the Joker's picked up a basketball since they won the championship. Man, I know he didn't play in FIBA. He didn't play in that. I know he went back to his country land. He's been drinking, I think, like every day. You know what I mean? So, but again, he's that much of a beast. I think he'll get himself in shape, and I think they'll try to repeat. But again, this East, the balance of power, you got, man, for the Bucks, you got the Greek Freak. You got Chris Middleton there already. You got the big kid, Lopez. Man, then now you add Damian Lillard to this mix. Wow. Deadly mix in the East to go against the Boston Celtics. Man. Felicia says she loves the ring. Oh, thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Felicia. This is a ring. Speaking of basketball, I just had to pull it out. This is a regular season championship, a MAC championship at Manhattan College. So this was what this looks like. This is what you earned. This is what I earned. This is what my teammates earned. Regular season title. The first title in the history of the school. That we did that year in 1992. Long time ago. Seems like a long time ago. But it seems like yesterday. But that's what this ring is, Felicia. That championship is just that. But yeah, speaking of championships, again, can the Nuggets repeat? Is the balance of power going to shift because of what's going on with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics? Man, and the Miami Heat too. Who's going to get a ring? Who's going to step up and get a ring this year? But I can tell you this, basically transitioning to our next topic, people are transitioning to new hairdos. And I see Jimmy Butler. Have you guys seen this on social media? Jimmy Butler with a new look. I think he's calling himself, I forget the name, what he's calling himself, but this guy has a new look. I don't know, it's a mixture of a lot of people, I don't know, it reminds me of Vampire Brooklyn when Eddie Murphy played a vampire. That's what reminds me a little bit of. Oh, man, it reminds me of that. But, again, it's media day. The players see the media. I guess the players try to switch up looks and everything like that. Maybe these players got too much time. But Jimmy Butler came out there looking like, I don't know, a totally different person, really, how to describe it. But, and another outlandish thing that he said was, the Miami Heat are poised for a title this year. They went to the finals last year. But he said they're poised for a title this year. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't get it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it might be something in the hair that made him say that. I don't know. But again, it's a new look. It's a new do. It's a new year, so he's just bringing out all the stops. But, hey, whatever floats your boat. Maybe you guys might like the look. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe guys got too much time on their hand. Maybe they got too much time on their hand. As Felicia says, well said, my favorite Hall of Famer. Thank you so much, Felicia. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah, we're going to see, again, NBA just getting started, media day, everybody zip. We're going to see what goes on, but, we're going to watch closely. The balance of power has just shifted since Damian Lillard is now with the Milwaukee Bucks. The trade has finally gone through, It's finally gone through. And shout out to Damian Lillard, too, a guy who, he seems like a loyal guy. And, he didn't make a big stink about getting traded. He saw that they drafted this point guard. This point guard is going to be the point guard of the future. He didn't really say anything, in his last interview. He was saying, if things work out, if it was a perfect world, he would love to be at Portland. That didn't happen. They accommodated a trade for him. And, we're going to see what he does. I believe personally he's going to show up as that 75th, greatest players in NBA history. I think he's going to show up. He's known to make, he's known for the great moments, and he's going to have an opportunity to have his moment. And again, I think he's going to succeed there with the Milwaukee Bucks. I think he's going to do his thing there, and I think they're going to be poised for a run in the East, at least, to go for a title. The balance of power. We're going to see how it is and how it fares. Felicia, stop blushing, Russ. Yeah, I know. I am blushing here, Felicia, It takes a lot for me to blush, but I appreciate the warm setup, mister. I really do. So, let's transition to this. Well, hot off the press, I just was watching TV. Man, McCarthy is out for Speaker of the House. They voted him out of there. Wow. So, we're going to see what goes on with that in terms of politics. Again, that's hot off the press. I just came in and I just heard about this. So I just wanted to just mention that to everybody. Speaker of the House is ousted from there. Now, again, like I always say, if you're not into politics, you need to get into politics because these people create policies and laws that we all have to abide by. So it's important that you get caught up with your politics, of the day. And again, maybe I might be the source for you to help you with your politics. So I don't mind doing that. I don't mind telling you that. Just tell you what's going on, And speaking of what's going on, man, another transition. Did you hear about number 45? Number 45 is in a New York City courtroom nowadays. Have you guys heard about this one? Man, let me just go over this with you guys with number 45, right? So, number 45 is back in the courtroom for a second day of the trial. So today he was back in the court for a second day of the trial, in which he and his sons, Eric and Don Jr., the Trump Organization executives, are accused by New York Attorney General Letitia James, or they call her Tish James, of engaging in a decade-long scheme in which they used numerous acts of fraud and misrepresentation to inflate Trump's net worth while lowering his tax burden. So that's why he's on trial for this. Man, number 45 has denied all wrongdoing, and his attorney has described him as a master. This is what his attorney describes him as a master of finding value when others do not. This is what his lawyer is saying. Man, Trump's alleged inflated valuations were a product of his business skill. That's what his lawyer is saying. That's what his lawyer is saying. Man, this is crazy. But one guy who is not crazy, one guy who is just joining us just now, man, he is the voice of the men's and women's team at Manhattan College. Man, this guy can be seen on ESPN. Get about to get started shortly. We got my guy, Uncle Smoothie, is in the building. What's going on, Smoothie? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Better let than other, Chris. You came at a good time. Also, number 45, he said he's attending the trial. Only reason why he's attending this trial is to expose Letitia James. Okay? So number 45 said he is attending the civil trial to expose New York attorney Letitia James during an exchange with ABC News. He's quoted as saying, because the trial is a rigged trial, it's a fraudulent trial. Now, this is what number 45 is saying. Okay? He's saying the attorney general is a fraud, and we have to expose her as that. Wow. Trump said after exiting the courtroom after the afternoon break, he's also quoted saying, you see what's going on. It's a rigged deal. Man. And I think that caused the judge in the trial today to put a gag order on number 45 because of his outlandish comments to the media. So now there's a gag order for the guy. Wow, I tell you, man, oh man. He's also quoted as saying, she ran on the basis, I will get Trump without knowing anything about me. He said on the outside of the court as well, talking about Tish James. So he's saying there's a personal vendetta of Tish James to get him. Man, oh man. Now, number 45 continued his attack on Letitia James. Man, on the second day, which is today, and again, keep in mind, this is a $250 million civil fraud case. All right? This is a lot of money's at stake. You know, reputation's at stake, but a lot of money's at stake as well. Man, a lot of money's at stake. So, you know, and again, you got number 45 is, you know, really outrageous with it. He just saying, you know, this is a scam. Man, you know, and keep this in mind. Now, I don't know about the strategy, but he said if he's asked to testify, will he testify? And he said he will. He said he will testify in court. He said he will. So, wow. Blockbuster things going on. Man, especially with Trump. You know, number 45 going on with him in this civil case. Now, $250 million, pardon me, $1 million is nothing to sneeze at, you know? So you could be hurt in the pockets. You could be hurt about your credibility because they're claiming fraud. They're claiming, you know, they claiming that he didn't have as much money as he claims he had, you know, throughout this whole time in New York City. So a lot is at stake. Gag orders are now placed, you know. He's getting at, you know, Tish James, who I saw in the first day of trial. She was sitting in the back. All eyes is on her, but her eyes is on the defendant, Donald Trump, number 45. So, again, sometimes this isn't politics as usual, but it's good to keep abreast of what's going on here. It's good to keep abreast of what's going on, you know? And if you're not able to keep abreast of it, keep joining us here on Transition Tuesdays. We talk about it. We talk about politics, sports, all types of things. You know, we have honest conversation. You know how we do, guys. We have honest conversation. So let's stay tuned to that and see how this is going to unfold. You know, people coming on the stand to talk about things, and you know, hopefully we get to the truth. Hopefully we get to the truth, and that's what the trial is for. You know, everybody has a right to an open trial and a fair trial. You know, let's just hope this goes on here in this case. All right? Let's just hope. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this whole broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory today. All right, my good friends, celebrate your victory. Okay? Let me put my theme music on. Hey, there we go. Yes. Yes. All righty. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army. Hey, Keisha, what's going on? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, cuz better late than never. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. So, Transition Army, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for you joining us here today. Thank you. Man, you can see this episode and our past episodes on our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesday. So make sure you like and subscribe when you're on there, okay? Make sure you do that. If you haven't been following me, you can follow me. You can follow me on Instagram at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S, okay? You follow me, guarantee you I follow you back, okay? Want to give a shout out to our corporate sponsor, Sweet Candy Cafe. Go to Sweet Candy Cafe, man, for the best in the confectionery goodies. Go there, okay? They're the best in the South, man. I'm telling you, the home of Southern sweetness. So again, before the show ends, okay, make sure you go to Sweet Candy Cafe and order you Felicia's freeze-dried favorites. You guys got to get that. Again, that's the freeze-dried, man, Skittles. You got to have that. That candy is sweeping the country, and you can get it at sweetcandycafe.com. Let's see who's checking in before we head on out. We got my cousin Gina on the check-in from North Carolina. Welcome, Gina. Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Better late than never. I'm glad you had to be here today. I appreciate you. As Felicia says, your show is the place of information. Hashtag EP. Appreciate you, Felicia, on that. Yes, I just try to inform. I just try to, just give it to the masses. And again, I just love to have conversation, honest conversations about our transitions, what's going on in our world, okay? So, hey, Transition Army, ladies and gentlemen, okay, as we say in parting, happy transitioning. We'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless.